worth taking another look at gun laws in Florida. Florida does not require a permit to buy rifles or handguns. It doesn't require firearms to be registered, and it does not require gun owners to be licensed. Florida does not require a permit to carry a rifle. It does require a permit to carry a handgun. And if a gun is purchased in Florida, there's a 3-day waiting period, but this doesn't apply if you trade in your old gun for a new gun.
Those are some nifty graphics that Ali Velshi was using there, and what an insightful report that would be if it wasn't totally wrong. The gun used in Sunday's horrific Jacksonville shooting was actually obtained in Maryland, and the shooter purchased it legally. Now, we've heard this type of deflection from the anti-gun rights people time and again, and it's often used, I think, to obscure other contributing factors in these mass shootings. Mental illness, things like video game obsession, and antidepressant dependencies. Joining us now with more is Dr. Carole Lieberman, a forensic psychiatrist. Dr. Lieberman, there are no studies that indicate that, if you're on antidepressants, of course, there's necessarily a causal relationship to going out and shooting someone. But the list of the mass shooters and how many of them were taking antidepressants, just go through some of them. David Katz, of course, the Jacksonville shooter we just mentioned, Eric Harris, Columbine, James Holmes, Aurora, Colorado, Adam Lanza, Sandy Hook, Nicholas Cruz. All of them were on some SSRI drugs, antidepressants. What should we think?
Well, it's not really the antidepressants' fault, but this isn't a gun control problem either. It's mainly a video game control problem and an access to good mental health treatment problem. Now, with antidepressants, the problem is that instead of treating people who, if they need antidepressants, instead of seeing them every week for therapy and monitoring their antidepressants and the dose and so on, and if they need that or something else, that isn't happening. The psychiatrists are giving people prescriptions and sending them away for a month or 2 or 3. That's the problem. It's not the antidepressants themselves. But I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a pattern here with all of these school shooters. David Katz is just the latest one, and that is, first of all, there's some kind of mental illness. David Katz seems like he might be on the autism spectrum. He has some depression, certainly. Yes, if you look at it, yes, all you have to do is look at him, and if you look at his high school yearbook, yes, they're so depressed.
Adam Lanza's eyes, something dead in their eyes. The eyes are the giveaway.
Absolutely, and in David's high school yearbook, I don't know if you saw that, but it's the same eyes, the same depressed eyes, and so he was born with some kind of predilection for some kind of mental illness. But what really happened, and this is what happens in most of these families, broken families. Now, for David Katz, his parents got divorced when he was around 11. They went through a 10-year divorce and custody battle.
So family breakdown, doctor. Family breakdown, depression. We're going to have you on radio, do this for like an hour because it's so big. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.